very shortly. A senior US official has alleged that China carried out a secret underground nuclear test in June 2020, a claim strongly denied by Beijing. Speaking at an event in Washington, Assistant Secretary of State Christopher Yu said seismic data from monitoring station in Kazakhstan detected that he described as a singular explosion near China's Lopnor test site. He said the signal was consistent with a nuclear test and not with mining activity or an earthquake. However, the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty Organization said there was insufficient data to confirm the allegation with confidence, noting that the events recorded were very small. China's embassy in Washington called the claim unfounded and accused the United States of political manipulation. The dispute comes as nuclear arms control faces uncertainty following the expiration of New START, fueling global concerns of a renewed nuclear arms race. We are now being rejoined by Professor Rowan. Thank you for rejoining us here today on NewsX World. The US says about this new evidence that possible Chinese nuclear testing has been going on. How strong and convincing is this evidence? And China is obviously denying the allegations. How does this also dispute any relationship between the US and China?
Firstly, the test that the United States now allege was conducted by the Chinese is under investigation. There will be many authorities and agencies that will investigate it. But what I would like to share with you, Ellie, is that under the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty of 1996, if China did test a nuclear device, certainly it's a violation of that treaty. The last testing was conducted in 1992 by the United States and 1996 by China, the last official test. So if the US allegation is proved correct, certainly China did violate international treaty, and of course that the Americans will use that to lobby for sanctions against China. But what is so important today is for independent organizations, independent agencies, and other countries to investigate whether China did test a nuclear device. Of course, we all know that China is expanding its nuclear capabilities, and we also know that the US-China is competing at a very high and at a very strategic level. So I believe that in the coming days and coming weeks, we will know exactly what happened in that nuclear facility in China, because now many governments and many international agencies are trying to verify and validate the American allegation that China did test a nuclear device.
And what does this situation say about the current state of global arms control treaties? Now, we know the US won't re-sign the New START treaty deal with Russia because they want China also involved with it, and China is saying no. What does this situation say about the state of that?
Arms control, disarmament, and international security is paramount for the greater stability and security of this world. And at this point, because we are entering a multipolar world, and because there's so much of strategic competition between the three superpowers, that is the US, Russia, and China, we will see significant developments. And if in the event the Chinese did test this device, certainly it is a mark of what is happening right now between these three superpowers. US will still dominate the international order, but at the same time, it is very clear that the Chinese and the Russians are very strong competitors when it comes to nuclear weapons, and other countries. For instance, Iran is trying to build those capabilities.
Yeah. I'm
So
really sorry, Professor Rowan. We have to just quickly interrupt you there as we are running out of time, but it was a pleasure speaking with you. Today is day 3 of the AI Impact Summit 2026 in the national capital of India. Kicking off with a research symposium, the summit will bring together leading academics, researchers, and think tanks to present cutting-edge AI research, new methodologies, and evidence-based policy insights. On February the 19th, the official summit opens with an invite-only inaugural ceremony at the Bharat Mandapam Convention Centre, inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The summit will feature various sessions, including alleges plenary and CEO's roundtable, both of which will be addressed by PM Modi. In attendance are prominent tech leaders like Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google and Alphabet, who is in Delhi for the summit. Pichai is tweeted sharing his enthusiasm for the event. According to Union Minister Ashwani Vaishnaw, around 250,000 people attended the event on February the 17th, highlighting the event's scale and significance. Among the major figures making headlines is Bill Gates.